Hi, I'm John Vladimir Howery. Welcome to my channel. You can call me JV for short. So here's the deal. I'm going to talk a little bit about what this channel's for and who I am and how I'm going to do things in not particularly that order. So first of all, who am I? I'm a graduate of Holy Cross Greek Orthodox School of Theology. So I'm kind of an unusually trained Orthodox layman. And I would like to produce content for Orthodox Christians that kind of hopefully will bridge some of the gap between, say, catechetical material and diving straight into the sources. Um, I'd also like, though, to kind of combine that in some way with sort of everyday, daily life stuff, piety stuff. So, how exactly that's going to work, don't know yet. It's a big experiment. But the goal is to sort of do my part. You know, in the Lord's parable of the talents, he makes it pretty clear what he thinks of those who don't at least try to increase what they've been given. And God's been very good to me. He's given me an education, and I want to share that with anyone who can benefit from it. So this channel is going to be largely about sharing what I've been able to acquire over these years. So, related to that, how am I going to do this? What is our goal here? So, in order to answer that, I want to quote from John of Damascus because, you know, we're Orthodox. Why not quote from a church father? So, I'm quoting from chapter 2 of the philosophical chapters, which is part 1 of St. John's trilogy, The Fount of Knowledge, which is comprised of the philosophical chapters, which is mostly a rehash of Aristotelian logical material. It's meant to give you kind of a grounding in talking about some of the theological things he's going to talk about. A treatise on heresies, and then the famous part, which is the exact exposition of the Orthodox faith. It's really good. I highly recommend it. This is the copy I've got in the Fathers of the Church series. It's pretty cheaply available online. You can also find pretty much everything in it for free in varying 19th century translations. So, in chapter 2, he kind of lays out his project on the Orthodox faith. Anyone who begins something without a purpose is like someone fumbling in the dark, because he who labors with no end in view is entirely at loose ends. So then, let us state at the very beginning what the proposed purpose of this work is, so that what we are to say may more easily be grasped. So, for this channel, the goal is to give you, my brothers and sisters, whatever little amount I can offer for our mutual edification. And I'm sure through comments and things you'll be edifying me as well. Secondly, St. John, I'm going to skip down a little bit, will say this: I shall say nothing of my own, but I shall set down things which have been said in various places by wise and godly men. So, I don't really have necessarily, I'm still fairly young, I don't really have necessarily a great store of wisdom myself. What few things I've observed I'll offer. But mostly I'm going to try to keep myself grounded in the experiences of those who are more trustworthy. And I mean, first of all, that means Holy Scripture. That also means the Church Fathers, the lives of the saints, holy men and women of all times, not necessarily just the canonized ones, but people who end up in getting stories told about them or who lived recently and so haven't been canonized yet. And that's going to be kind of the core of the material on this channel, is discussing things in that light. I also have expertise in things like history and literature, so that'll also come up to some degree. I can guarantee you that Dostoevsky will be involved at some point because, you know, hard to top him as far as Orthodox non-ecclesiastic literature goes. I think the only one that even comes close is Alexandros Papadiamandis, but, you know, not just Orthodox material, probably, because I can't help but quote C.S. Lewis and Chesterton and Tolkien. Anyhow, so the first series that we're going to start working on, I may add others later, is going to be called Everyday Orthodoxy. We're going to follow the church year, the reading, the scripture readings, to some extent the hymnography, the lives of the saints of each day, and the feast days of the church year. And I'm going to offer my meditations on them, things that were given to me in my classes, things that I've realized and experienced through living an Orthodox life these last few years. And I've been Orthodox 9 years, so, don't expect me to be all shiny down from the mountain like Moses. But I'll do my best. And so I hope that we'll be able to make this journey together because, what's a guy talking on YouTube without viewers? And I just ask that you not destroy me in the comments for my first couple videos because I'm still figuring out how all the technology stuff works. And, if you like it, click the like button. If you want to see more of it, subscribe and give me any advice or criticisms in the comments. God bless you all, and let's start this adventure.